would like to welcome Natasha Mason to Simply Wellbeing. Natasha is qualified in health science as well as marketing and communications. So she's actually combined her experience in both fields to found her business, Nourish Melbourne. Hello, Natasha.
Hi, Bryony. Thanks for having me.
Thank you so much for coming. Today we're going to talk about how we can find good complementary medicine practitioners. Tell me about your business, because this actually helps people do this, doesn't it?
Yes, that's right. Nourish Melbourne is what I would say Melbourne's first and only holistic health guide and resource, as well as a membership program. So we have a list of amazing acupuncturists, naturopaths, chiropractors, personal trainers, and more who we recommend and highly recommend to go and see for holistic health purposes.
Yeah. So I think that's fantastic, because it can be so daunting for people, especially if they've had no experience in going to someone themselves in the past.
That's right. It can be a new world. I guess we're brought up going to see the GP, and then you might get to the point where you think, I want to be more about creating health or finding a better way or creating a healthier body, reducing stress or getting better sleep. And then, you know, a natural health practitioner is the person you want to see.
I know that sometimes, you know, people go to the doctor and they have a bad experience and they'll find another doctor to go to. But sometimes when they go to someone that's more complimentary, they have a bad experience, they never go back, which, you know, is unfortunate, because there's some good people out there. So what kind of tips do you have for people if they're looking for a practitioner? How do they know they've got a good one?
Yeah, sure. I think the first thing to do is either ask your friends and family. I think a personal reference is actually the best. The next thing is, you know, Google anything. Get online, look at some websites who you trust. It could be personalities. It could be something like Nourish Melbourne, but you might find someone in your area, look at their own website. If you find a naturopath, for example, look at their website. Do they keep it up to date? Are they giving out free information? Have they got a great blog? Have they got active social media? You know, have they got people talking about that service or brand? And, you know, looking at their specialty areas. So, you know, if you're looking to reduce your stress or improve your gut health or look for someone to guide you through a better diet, then is that naturopath, let's say, are they going to help you? Are they going to be the best? Is that something that they focus on?
Yeah, no, I think that's a really good idea. And especially, look, as somebody that has studied natural medicine, and I've been to a lot of practitioners, you know, you kind of start to get an understanding of who's good and who's not. But it's really hard for people when they've never experienced anything like this. And I think it's really important that people feel very comfortable with a practitioner.
That's right.
And feel like they can trust them and have a good rapport.
That's right. It's quite a journey. And I think the first time, so if you find that person you think might be the one and you make that initial appointment, I think for you to know if you're going in the right direction is, do you get a good vibe from them from the first time you walk in? Can you even just make small talk easily? Can you tell them your story easily? Can you know, let them know some details about your health in terms of a whole self? Because a good holistic health practitioner will actually consider your whole health. So you might be going to this naturopath to ask about your diet or your gut health, but that practitioner should ideally ask about your work-life balance, your stress levels, your sleep, what you're currently eating, what do you do for exercise, because all of that combines to help the treatment.
That's true, because, I mean, natural medicine is really about getting to the root cause of whatever the dysfunction is, and it's not just a Band-Aid.
Yeah, so, you know, gut health might be coming from the stress levels rather than someone thinking, oh, I need to just take more probiotics because that's what I heard through an article, or I heard it, you know, I read it online, or someone said that to me. There's usually, you're right, there's a root cause and there might not be a direct link.
That's right. And I think it's also important that you feel heard by whoever, you know, and that your issues are addressed properly, and even that you can feel confident enough to be able to say what you need to say and not, you know.
That's right. And I think if you feel you can't, that's definitely a no-go zone. And, you know, I would go away and think about, is that person the best person to try and treat you and what you're looking to achieve.
And have you got examples of what you wouldn't want in a practitioner?
Yeah, well, look, I've had experience myself as well personally, but also from what I've heard is, You know, one example could be going in to see someone. They don't ask you enough about your background and health history. They don't really seek to understand why you're in there and what you're seeking to take away or improve on. And, you know, for example, you might be, you know, given a list, very long list, bigger than your shopping list perhaps, of supplements and tablets, and that's one big Red Cross for me.
And it can be really expensive.
That's right, really expensive. So that would mean that, you know, that practitioner hasn't even asked about the person's budget. That's also important. I think there's a way around it. You know, you can spend more money if you want, and then you don't need to. I think there's a lot of ways to work towards optimal health without having to take loads of supplements.
Yeah, no, I agree. There's lots of other options. And look, I know I've been to practitioners when I've been told, you know, that my body type is one that's going to end up with arthritis in my knees. I had someone say that, and, you know, knowing that how powerful words are to tell someone that when they don't really know I'm young and healthy and vital and I don't have any issues with my knees, you know. So I think, and I've had other practitioners that I've had other kind of experiences that haven't been negative, and somebody else that could experience this could go away going, oh my gosh, this is going to happen to me. So I think that be mindful, but that just because they're a practitioner doesn't mean they know everything.
That's right.
And that if they don't make you feel good about yourself, they don't nurture you, and they don't, they're not positive or tell you something that could be negative in a more nurturing way, then I would red flag that kind of practitioner.
That's right, yeah. And I think there's responsibility both ways. So a practitioner needs to be responsible. They need to give all the advice and options that they can. So, you know, they're not just laying out one option. I think there's always many options for people, especially when it comes to treatment plans, number of appointments. And then that person themselves as a patient, you need to really be your own best detective. You're your body's own best detective. So if you're not feeling the results, if you're not trusting that practitioner and you don't feel they're being responsible to you, then look elsewhere.
Then look elsewhere and go to someone else. And I know I went through 3 different Chinese doctors until I found the one that I just adore.
Yeah.
And all the other
usually
ones
connect straight away, I think, or after the first appointment. You know that they're going to help you, because it is about that trust, and you've got to let them help you as well. And you've got to want that change. I think that's really important too. Don't expect a natural health practitioner to fix you in 1, 2 or 3 sessions. It's usually a longer journey.
That's right. And you've also got to stick to what they're doing to see if it works.
That's right.
As well, before you write them
off.
There's
no overnight fix to anything, or optimal health, if we'll say that.
Well, no, thank you so much for talking to us today, because I think it is really important for people to understand how to find a good practitioner, and that, you know, that there are lots of different options out there, and there are places like yourself that they can connect with.
Yeah, exactly.
That they can, you know, get some recommendations if they don't know anyone.
That's right. And
work out.
And if we don't have them, we often ask our audience or our followers online. So, you know, we haven't found everyone who's the best at everything, but you know, that's our job, and that's what we'll continue to do.
Yeah, well, if anyone's looking for more information on Nourish Melbourne, where can they find it?
They can find us at nourishmelbourne.com.au.
Beautiful. Thanks so much, Natasha.
Thanks, Bryony.